All right, this is the corrections video for lesson 28. We are continuing with our scales using tetrachords to build our scales. Now we're starting with flat keys. So we did C in lesson 26, we did G and D in lesson 27, and now we're going to do F and B flat in lesson 28. One of the cool things about flat scales is that the last note of the first tetrachord is the first note of the next scale. Okay, so fa, do, re, mi, fa is the first note of the next scale. So here we have one flat, and in the next scale we have two flats, and fa is the name of our next scale. Okay, that's what all of this highlighted stuff here is. The fourth scale degree of the C major scale is the first scale degree of the F major scale, blah, blah, blah. Same, exactly what I just said. Okay. It goes through all of the flat scales. So building our tetrachords is even more important than it was with our sharp keys. So remember, tetrachords are whole step, half step. That was ugly. I'm going to try that again. Sorry, friends. Whole step, half step. So B flat up a whole step, red flag zone is C. C up a whole step is D, and D up a half step is E flat. You do not need to draw stems. You do not need to color them in. Just get the right notes there. Let's also put on our names. B flat, C, D, E flat. Okay, next one, we have F, and we need to go whole step, half step. F is a red flag zone when it's between E and F, so we should be okay here. So F up a whole step is G, G up a whole step is A, and A up a half step is B flat. And lastly, we have C, and we need whole step, half step. C up a whole step is D, D up a whole step is E. Now we have a red flag zone. E up a half step is F. Okay, so now in the bass clef, this note is F. Okay, remember way back to lesson 3, this note is F. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and put in our whole steps and half steps. We need whole step, half step, whole step bridge, whole step, half step. F up a whole step is G, G up a whole step is A up a half step is B flat. Here we have a red flag zone. B flat up a whole step is C, C up a whole step is D, D up a whole step is E, and E up a half step, red flag, is F. And again, you don't actually have to draw quarter notes. It doesn't actually have to be very pretty, but you do need your flat signs where they are called for, and you do need to have your notes on there. Okay, now the key note is the name of the scale. This is the F major scale. The F major scale starts on F. It has one flat. Anytime that you do the F major scale, it will have one flat, and it will always be B flat. Okay, next we're doing our B flat scale, and B flat is our key note, and we need whole step, half step, whole step bridge, whole step, half step. Okay, B flat, red flag zone. B flat up a whole step is C, C up a whole step is D. And remember, we already know this stuff because we built this tetrachord right here. D up a half step is E flat. E flat is a red flag zone. Whole step up is going to be F. Now we're going to take our F tetrachord and put those notes in F, G, A, B flat. We already did the legwork. whole step, half step. We just needed to make sure that we got our whole step bridge in there to make sure that we get the whole scale. So B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. And again, you can see that fa of this scale is do of the scale with one more flat. So as we add another flat, our key note moves up to fa. All right, that is everything. Make sure that yours matches mine. You at least need to have what I have in red. Everything that I have in red, you've got to have, except for the little red flags. Okay,